Las Vegas, this is NAB Show Live, produced by Broadcast Beat.
Thanks, guys. You know, I'm at the CueScript booth with Michael Accardi. You're the president of CueScript?
Yes.
And CueScript is awesome. I have worked with teleprompters for a lot of years, and I can actually read these at a much better distance, but we'll get into that in just a second. Michael, I want to ask you a question about teleprompters, and specifically, why should people consider the structure of the teleprompter setup as they're building out their studio?
Well, a teleprompter sometimes isn't given the importance it really does have. It interplays with the head that you're using, which type of pedestal you're using, if you're using robotics, whether it's going to be rigid enough so that it doesn't interfere with your moves. So from a engineering point of view, it really does have a lot of effect of how that camera system is going to perform. And it's always best if you do that up front instead of trying to fix the problem later on. So we try and get it at the beginning of the jobs where we're part of the solution, not something that has to be fixed at the end.
I can see, standing here in the booth, and with all this brightness around, and then stepping back at a distance, how readable this is. But tell us, what makes CueScript stand out? How do you guys compare in the market?
Well, we've tried to answer all the problems that typically are associated with teleprompters. The rigidity issue, putting them together without tools or having loose parts, making sure they're compatible with the way you route your signal within your studio. And then there's the other half, which you just mentioned, which is, what is it going to do for the talent? Is it going to make your newscast look better? Is it going to be more natural? And that's what we really emphasize with the quality of our screens, with the brightness, the contrastiness, the way that the talent now can actually have a better performance because they have a better product they're working with.
Yeah, it absolutely is, and I just keep going back to that because that's what I'm so familiar with. Now, NAB Show is where lots of great new stuff is being announced. Mm-hmm. What do you guys have that's being announced here at NAB Show Live?
Well, we have two different things that are really been really well received. One is we have a new 10.4 inch, which is the smallest in our range, and where that comes into play is there's so many studios that'll have 3 cameras and then that 4th camera's on a jib, and this is the perfect unit for a small jib. It's the perfect unit for a small robotics when you're doing an insert studio. So we're just expanding the amount of ways you can use our prompters. Also, we're showing the CueIt news software, which hooks up to all the newsroom systems, as well as our CueIt production software. And so we're happy that we're delivering it, customers are enjoying it, and it just is another seamless product.
Great. Michael Accardi, thank you so much for spending the time with us here at the CueScript booth at NAB Show Live. Back to you guys.